Vikingham here with fingers crossed for England as they take on Hungary in Budapest. From the famous Nep Stadium, live commentary on the whole of the match that could make or break England's World Cup hopes. After last Saturday's disappointing defeat in Switzerland, they must beat Hungary tonight to have any realistic chance of qualifying for the finals. It's a daunting task against a country that transformed world football thinking over a quarter of a century ago. This really is the crunch game for England in Group 4. It always looked like being from the outset, and now it assumes even greater significance because after 5 matches, England have just 5 points. They've been beaten in both Bucharest and Bâle, so they're a point behind Romania and level with Hungary, who've 2 games in hand. So surely England have to win everything now if they're to be in Spain, starting tonight against the country that opened the eyes of the football world back in the 50s when they won 6-3 at Wembley. Ron Greenwood has taken his England side to what he describes as the birthplace of his philosophy. Well, let's hope it's the birthplace of a new England this evening. They've just started in the Nep Stadium, and our team on parade again, the same as Bâle last week, Dennis Law and Brian Butler, and your match commentators, Peter Jones and, first of all, Alan Parry.
And welcome to the Nep Stadium. 2 minutes completed in this England's most vital game for many years. Still Hungary 0, England 0. A capacity crowd on a warm, sultry evening. Hungary in red shirts, white shorts and green stockings on the attack, attacking the goal to our right. The ball midway inside the English half with Turukcik, one of the stars of this Hungarian side, bringing it infield, 10 yards outside the penalty area, tried to play a 1-2, but Mickey Mills came in and intercepted. The England left-back playing the ball down the line for Brooking, who just clips it beyond the defender's challenge and then helps it into the Hungarian half. But it's won back by Markos, the right-back, and he finds Müller on the halfway line. And Hungary begin to build, but a good tackle by Brian Robson, winning the ball back for England, and Terry McDermott sweeping it back to Ray Clements in the England goal. And then it's gone upfield again to McDermott, 10 yards inside his own half. Good ball forward. Keegan brings it down with his chest, but then gives the ball away, and Müller has it for Hungary. Midway inside his own half, bursts forward, a good ball to forward to Kish, the centre forward, but his control lacking. The ball spinning away, and Phil Thompson picks it up for England, midway inside his own half. Leaves it to Watson, but back it'll go again to Thompson. The hub of the England attacks when the ball is inside the English half. Thompson the target. Now he finds Robson inside the centre circle. Robson out to the right to Dave Watson, just crossing the halfway line into the Hungarian half. Chips the ball, right-footed, good-looking ball towards Terry McDermott, who made one of those runs of his, but a good interception by a Balint at the back for Hungary, and the Hungarians back in possession again, midway inside their own half, with the tall figure of their skipper, Nyalashi, 6'2", an elegant-looking player and a very effective goal scorer too. Plays the ball out to his right. Hungary building slowly. Ooh, but then a terrible mistake made, which very nearly gave possession unexpectedly back to England, and that really was a bad mistake by the defender, midway inside his own half. Just got a little bit too casual and almost let Steve Koppel come in and nick the ball away from him on that far side. But Hungary get away with it, and they're in possession, and they move into the English half. But Müller fails to control the ball as it's played to him in the outside right position. Over the line it goes for a throw-in to England, just inside their own half. Mills to his Ipswich clubmate Paul Mariner, gets the return ball on the halfway line. Good one forward. Finds Koppel midway inside the Hungarian half. Now Keegan, outside left position, gets round one tackle and the second. And in fact, the referee moving in quickly, and I think has given England the free kick. Second tackle, just catching Keegan. No, the referee decided to throw in, but England press forward from it. Koppel on the edge of the penalty area, trying to find Keegan, but Müller, the defender, is back there again. Good work by the midfield player. Plays it back to Katsiers in the goal. Away to our left, the goal defended by Hungary in this first half. Katsiers forward again then to this near side of the field. Finds Müller. A long ball by him. Very inaccurate one too. Easily taken down by Phil Neal for England, midway inside his own half. And he leaves it to Terry McDermott. McDermott coming forward. Scorer of England's lone goal in Switzerland a week ago. Good long ball forward too. Finds Brooking midway inside the Hungarian half. Brooking can't control as he heads it down. Balint picks up the loose ball for Hungary. And now Varga on the far side, midway inside his own half. As Hungary begin to build. Fazekas, the winger on that far side, tackled, and that, in fact, to the consternation of the crowd, is a free kick to England. The Italian referee, Paolo Carasine, deciding that the England player was the sinned against rather than the sinner. So England's free kick just inside the Hungarian half. Neil drives it high towards Mariner, who gets his head to it, flicks it on to the left edge of the penalty area. Keegan pulls it back into the middle, and in fact the Hungarian defenders furious then, I think, believing that the ball may have crossed the line, or certainly unhappy that their defenders didn't cut out that cross by Keegan, although in the end it went behind for a goal kick. And our first opportunity to introduce tonight Dennis Law.
Yes, and I think England have got off to a reasonable start, Alan, considering the hostile crowd here and the number of people who've been saying things about the England side. I think they've got off to a very good start, and with Keegan playing up front, I think there could be a bit of danger. And talking to some Hungarian journalists during the week, Hungary have got their problems as well regarding scoring goals, and only in the opening minutes of this game, they don't look too clever.
Thank you, Dennis. 6 minutes gone. Brooking on the attack for England. The defenders back away, so he goes forward into the gap. He tackles. The ball reaches the feet of Robson. Robson playing it to his right. And a good effort then coming in from Koppel in the inside right position, right-footed. It was well covered, in fact, by Katsiers in the Hungarian goal, but he really struck that one well, Steve Koppel, right-footed, and he'll be pleased with that early effort. And indeed, endorsing what Dennis was saying, England in this hostile atmosphere do seem to have settled down, even though it is very early days yet. They have settled down quickly. The ball, though, is with Hungary, and a lovely long ball lifted over the heads of the England defence. The linesman's flag has gone up. All the crowd in front of us stand, but I just in time saw the linesman's flag raised before they raised their bodies in front of my eye line, and that indeed was offside, so a free kick to England. And that was danger because Quiche was certainly on to the end of that lovely flighted long ball, but was in an offside position. England take the free kick. Played upfield by Neil. Keegan is tackled from behind. The ball spins away and is brought on that far side of the field forward by Mucha, just inside the English half. He's tackled. Out of play it goes onto the running track surrounding the pitch in this wide open bowl of a stadium, full to capacity, and they could have filled it many, many times over for this most vital game in Hungary's football history for many a long year. 0-0 the score. England against Hungary in Budapest. A vital World Cup tie. 8 minutes gone. England must salvage something from this tonight if they're to be in Spain in a year's time. But the ball at the moment is at the feet of the Hungarian skipper Neil Ashe, midway inside the England half. He gives it away, though. England back in possession. Brooking on the halfway line, tackled by two Hungarian defenders, but still retains possession. Does very well indeed, Brooking. Plays it short to McDermott. McDermott dangerously short back towards Neil. And in the end, it's Thompson who comes in and intercepts, but can only play the ball over the line. Three Liverpool players who should know each other well, really getting themselves in a bit of a mess then and conceding the throw. And Hungary come forward midway inside the English half. Oh, and a good interception, though, by Thompson. The ball spinning off him, though, to Tarukcik. And still, it's midway inside the England half. A scrappy little period of play, which ends with the ball crossing the line for a throw-in to Hungary, almost level with the English 18-yard line. The ball thrown back by Neil Ashe, lifted forward by Muller into the English penalty area. Watson is there to clear. Fazekas picks up the loose ball, tries to cross, almost dead level with us. Can't do so. England win it back again. Mills forward to Mariner, and Mariner just beaten by Muller's challenge midway inside the England half, but Muller sliding the ball over the touchline. That's England's throw, which will be taken by Robson. Short to Brooking, 10 yards from the halfway line. Back again to Robson, outside left position. Mariner making a sensible run down the left and receives the ball, and then receives a clattering challenge from behind, and that's a free kick to England. And I think Robson must have said something to the Italian referee, who is a stern and commanding looking figure, and immediately has a word in Robson's ear. Presumably that was a case of dissent by the England man, but the free kick given, and Robson has it back from Brooking. Brooking, edge of the penalty area, right-footed out to the far side. Watson is there to head it back in. Mariner flicks it forward. Keegan is in just inside the Hungarian goal area, is tackled, and the ball goes over the line, and that will be a corner kick. England's first of the game, which is now 10 minutes old. Hungary 0, England 0 in Budapest. England's first corner then. Brooking will take it away over on that far side, and it does seem a great distance from us on the far side of the field. Brooking will step back. Watson is on the left edge of the penalty area. Mariner is at the near post position. Keegan's in there too. And coming forward quickly is McDermott. It goes into the near post. It's flicked skywards, but picked up by the Hungarian defence. And they come forward with the ball midway inside their own half. A fine ball forward too. And the crowd really lifting them when they come forward. Müller playing it short. And Hungary in possession, midway inside the English half. A good run made by Varga. Finds Kish just outside the English penalty area. He's tackled by Mills. And that seemed to me a reasonable enough tackle, but the Italian referee decides otherwise and has awarded the free kick to Hungary. And this could be danger for England, because it's no more than 2 or 3 yards outside the English penalty area, and every single English player has been pulled back. And we all know how many continental sides seem to produce dream goals from these kind of situations. They're so good at bending the ball around defensive walls. So let's see what they can do from this, Hungary, with 11 minutes gone. A free kick just outside the English penalty area. Clemens screaming at the wall to give him a sight of the ball. Varga is over it, and just to his right, I think it's Fazekas as well. So let's see what they can produce from this one. It's hit hard into the English wall. Comes back to Fazekas, and the shot coming in on the near post. A bad effort, really, by Nail Ashi, because he was in a good position there, inside right position, just 10 yards from goal. Didn't really get any strength behind his shot. Clemens went down and made a very comfortable save, and England have quickly broken forward. Koppel has the ball midway inside the Hungarian half. Plays it infield to McDermott. McDermott and Keegan combining on the edge of the penalty area. McDermott going in and making the final shot, and the ball going over the line, and that, I think, could be an England corner. The fans unhappy about that decision, but the referee right on the spot. 12 minutes gone then. England win their second corner kick of the game. It's still Hungary 0, England 0 here on this warm evening in Budapest, as Brooking steps onto the running track to take this corner. Comes up now, right-footed in towards the far post. The goalkeeper goes up, stretches, drops it, and then gets back and saves it again. It was tripped anyway by Keegan and Mariner as well. The referee saying play on, because the goalkeeper Katsiers retained possession. 13 minutes gone, still Hungary 0, England 0, and Hungary have a throw-in about 15 yards from the halfway line inside their own half of the field. And Dennis Law, obviously the pace of this game dictated, I should think, to a large extent by the heat, because it's a very warm evening for football.
Yes, it is, and I am a bit disappointed with the Hungarian side, considering they are at home. I thought that they would be a little bit more cooler. They seem to be going at 100 miles as well in certain situations where, you know, their ability doesn't look anything at all in there, or the way that they are playing at the moment. There's a bit of desperation about their play, and England, up to the present time, I think they've done quite well.
But at the moment, Turukcik has the ball and chips it to the edge of the English penalty area, and it's played back towards Turukcik. Watson falls to the ground and makes a good challenge, and England come away with the ball. Robson finding Brooking just inside the Hungarian half. Short ball back to Keegan, the England captain, back inside his own half of the field. He'll find Robson. Robson measures it forward, a good ball. Brooking helps it onto that far side of the field. It's played back in field again to Robson, just outside the penalty area. Tries a shot, left-footed, not a bad effort, although it spins wide. Didn't really get any power behind that, Brian Robson. And that's the goal kick to Hungary, who've taken 5 out of 6 points in this group so far. Through 2-2 in Switzerland, they beat Romania 1-0 here in Budapest, and both those results were better than England could manage in corresponding matches. And they also won 2-1 in Norway, which was one of the venues that England haven't yet been to in their qualifying group. After tonight, England still have to play Norway away and Hungary at Wembley. Goal kick taken, 0-0, 13 minutes gone here in Budapest. Free kick given to Hungary just inside the centre circle in the England half of the field. England, remember, have taken 5 points from their 5 matches in the group so far. So if they were to lose this one tonight, Hungary would not only have games in hand, but a points advantage as well, and that really would be a serious problem for England. Turukcik for Hungary from the free kick. In possession, far side of the field, tackled by Phil Neal. The ball went off Turukcik, and that's England's throw, and Neal throws it back into the English penalty area. Clemens just throws it forward, short. The crowd, I must say, surprisingly quiet for 75,000 people in a game of this importance, and they all look pretty passionate and fanatical before the match, but at the moment, because England have made a good start here, they've dampened the Hungarian spirits, and that's exactly what they needed to do. They've taken the sting out of them, they've taken the heat out of the situation, they're keeping possession, and this is a promising and encouraging start by England. Quarter of an hour gone, 0-0. England in possession. Paul Mariner just inside the Hungarian half, tackled, and a good tackle too by Garaba, and the ball on the halfway line, won back by England, far side of the field. Steve Coppell just shows the ball, drops his shoulder and moves to Brooking midway inside the Hungarian half, but Hungary prove that they're pretty good at defending themselves, and they win possession back on the halfway line. A long ball, a poor ball in fact, and as Dennis Law was saying, the Hungarians slightly disappointing in this opening quarter of an hour. Muller then playing it much too far forward. Fazekas had no hope. Clemens came off his line and saved, and England give the ball away. Watson giving it straight to Fazekas. That was a bad mistake, and Fazekas has got round Watson too and slides it into the middle, and thank heaven for England that Robson was there to cover and clip the ball clear. But it's only as far as Muller. Muller coming infield, Nailashi rather, tackled, a lovely tackle by Mills, and England have the ball again, but not for long as I speak. Brooking is robbed, the ball played forward. Nailashi's inside the penalty area. Oh, and a very good tackle indeed by Dave Watson. Turukshik going through to that through ball near the penalty spot, looking in a dangerous position again. Watson challenged him, and that really was a life-saving tackle for England by Dave Watson. It's at the expense of a corner, but it could have been far worse. 17 minutes gone, still Hungary 0, England 0, and a corner kick to Hungary. The ball floated in towards Nailashi. Didn't reach him though. Robson clears his lines, but England under pressure at the moment with play penned in their half of the field. Muller, outside right position. Mills comes to challenge. He clipped it in towards the England penalty area. Quiche is there, so is the tall figure of Turukshik, but England win it back with Thompson tapping it back to Clemens. Dennis Law.
Yes, well, I think that even at this stage of the game, Alan, that England will feel quite happy, because I'm sure that they expected a far stronger Hungarian side. And you take away Nailashi and Turicic, the remaining players don't look anything at all. In fact, England players look far better. And I think Robson in midfield has done a very good job up until the moment.
And indeed, as Dennis was speaking, Robson giving away a free kick on the halfway line. Just his 12th international tonight, Robson. He really has been one of England's big successes. But a free kick given away, and the ball chipped forward into the English penalty area. Clemens comes off his line and had that one read superbly. And England move swiftly from defence into attack again as Mills plays the ball into the Hungarian half. Keegan was being held from behind by his marker. Free kick to England. Keegan takes it himself. Good ball to Robson midway inside the Hungarian half. Going forward, left-footed, plays it out to the right to Steve Coppell, 10 yards from the penalty area. Coppell is helped out by Neal, way out there on the far. That's the English right touchline. Back in field again to Coppell. Coppell, a good ball to McDermott. McDermott pulls it into the middle. Brooking shoots, and Brooking has scored for England. What a wonderful start for England. Trevor Brooking, recalled to the side, does exactly what manager Ron Greenwood brought him back for. He's given England a dream start, and you can hear the silence all around this massive stadium. What a start for England, and what a superb goal too. 4 men involved in the build-up. Neal, Coppell, McDermott with the cross. Brooking was unmarked in the inside right position and did the rest from close range. And with only 18 minutes gone, England have taken the lead. Hungary 0, England 1. And our World Cup dreams, which seemed in tatters just 7 days ago, are now rekindled once again. What a start.
Well, I can only say, Alan, that really it hasn't been unexpected with the performance of the Hungarian side up to now. I said that they didn't look anything. I thought Nailashi and Turicic were the only two players they've got. There seemed a lot of desperation in the way that they were even trying to pass the ball. And England taking that lead, a thoroughly deserved lead.
Indeed, and for a moment time was frozen. It seemed as though we were watching something that hadn't really happened, because the silence all around this stadium made one wonder whether the referee had disallowed the goal or whether we hadn't really seen the ball go into that net. It was greeted with absolute silence, apart from the small core of England fans away to my left. What a start then for England. Hungary 0, England 1. West Ham's Trevor Brooking getting the goal, recalled by Ron Greenwood, and what a marvellous way to repay his manager's faith that was. Brooking tackled, as I speak, just inside the the English half rather, and he has given away a free kick. Hungary take it quickly, and now we'll see what this Hungarian side is made of. 1-0 down here in Budapest. They're on the attack though. Muller, right edge of the English penalty area, tries to cross. It just whacks into the chest of Mickey Mills and goes over the line onto the running track, surrounded by streamers for a corner kick to Hungary. 1-0 down with 20 minutes gone. So really a perfect start for England. Fazekas steps back to take the corner, takes it short, in fact plays it into the penalty area. Lovely skill by Turukcik. The ball played forward, and Clements going down to make a good save from Kish, who rose well on the far post with a downward header. Not really powerful enough. Again, he was in a good position. And Dennis, that's really 3 times that we've seen Hungarian players in good scoring positions, and that they've made nothing of it.
I honestly feel that they just haven't got the ability. We saw Puskás playing early in a game earlier on, and he had more ability than it looks to me, several of the Hungarian players, and they've created 2 or 3 chances, but nothing has threatened Clements really.
Kish for Hungary, midway inside England's half, plays the ball out to the right to Müller. Müller forward again to the big man Kish. He's tackled by Thompson. Good tackle that by the Liverpool skipper. Crowd didn't think so, but it was. And he finds Robson, and Robson to Brooking, and England are finding spaces in this Hungarian defence. Brooking just lifting the ball too far, too high, straight into the waiting arms of Katsias in the Hungarian goal. But when England move forward, they do look good. They do have a rhythm and a pattern about them that hasn't so far been seen from the Hungarians. Brooking making a good challenge, middle of the field. Really strange, I suppose. Many people ready to write off England before this match even, and say that our World Cup hopes were dead. But this team has come out in very, very determined mood. They started well, and then they got the perfect start, really, with that goal after 12 minutes by Trevor Brooking. 1-0 England lead. Brooking in possession, just inside his own half, accelerating forward, middle of the field, tackled inside the centre circle and fouled. Free kick to England. And apart from the obvious advantage in the scoreline, what that goal has done is silence the crowd and put pressure now on Hungary. It was England who started under pressure. Now it's the Hungarians who are in that same position themselves. Hungary 0, England 1, with 22 minutes gone, and England in possession in the first half of this vital World Cup qualifying match in Budapest. Thompson on the halfway line. Plenty of options, so takes his time and finds Keegan midway inside the half. Keegan onto McDermott. McDermott, good ball forward, and danger again here as Koppel raced forward and was absolutely elbowed off the ball just outside the Hungarian penalty area. Robson rather, not Koppel. A free kick then to England, just about a yard or two outside that Hungarian box, and they've pulled 10 players back behind the ball, back inside their own penalty area. Brooking is there, so is Keegan for England. So let's see what England can produce from this free kick. They lead 1-0, the midway point of the first half, and they have a free kick 2 or 3 yards, or maybe even less, outside the penalty area. The referee just physically forcing the Hungarian wall back. Brooking's over the ball. Keegan is there too. So is Robson. It's taken short for Keegan to hit it. Almost scored. Came through the defensive wall and still could be in. The goalkeeper makes a good save. And there's a great appeal for a penalty, I think, by the England players, as the ball from McDermott's shot struck a defender who's now lying on the ground. But it is waved aside by the referee. That was a fine effort by Keegan. Got through the wall. The goalkeeper saved it but could only parry it away. And McDermott from the rebound got in a good shot which hit a defender and went away. Well, a really good start by England. 1-0 they lead, 23 minutes gone. In a moment, I'll be handing over for commentary to Peter Jones, but first, a comment from Dennis Law.
Well, up until the present time, Alan, I think England have done extremely well. They've played the game right, they've been cool at the back, they've been fairly strong in midfield, and they've created 2 or 3 chances. And of course, they've scored that all-important first goal. And that free kick by Keegan, I thought was a great save by the goalkeeper, the Hungarian goalkeeper. I must say that the wall, the Hungarian wall, wasn't too clever. And really, England look as though they could possibly get another goal.
Well, at the moment, it's Hungary who've got a corner far side. That's down their left. They take it, play it back square. High ball across the England penalty area. Mariners back to defend. Still, though, it's Hungary and their red shirts in possession. Halfway inside the England half. And they play it square. Turukcik holds the ball 15 yards outside the England penalty area. Tries to play a through ball, but it was all wrong. The rebound still, though, comes back to Turukcik. Then he plays a ball towards us. That's the Hungarian right. And Müller, very much in action, Müller, in this first 25 minutes or so. Plays the ball even wider and squarer. Martos. And he'll hold the ball. And then a long cross comes in from the defender. The header comes in, but there was no power behind that. Niall Ashley got himself up there, but really not the sort of power that would test a goalkeeper of the qualities of Ray Clements. So it's a goal kick to England. And our commentary position, a little lopsided here in Budapest. We're just about level with the England 18-yard area in this first half, so most of the pitch is away to our left, And that's the way England are heading, and that's the way they were heading when Brooking got that, what could be crucial goal after just 18 minutes. As England take the goal kick short, and Thompson again beckoning to players to move square for Clements, his goalkeeper, and Clements has bowled the ball out to the man who has moved square. That's Watson. Long ball down the line from Watson. Keegan. And Keegan plays it back. And Brooking will pick it up. Halfway inside the Hungarian half. Scorer of England's goal. Back to Neil. Neil plays it in field. Robson will hold. He's challenged though, and he's lost the ball, but Watson comes across to cover. Watson, who had an unhappy time in Switzerland, but Ron Greenwood showed his faith in his man, playing his 63rd game tonight, and so far he's put in some excellently timed tackles. As again the ball is played deep inside the Hungarian half, but they pick it up themselves. They'll try and build once more. Ball laid wide, just inside the Hungarian half, and Muller again coming into the action. Short ball in field, gets the return ball a couple of yards in from the near touchline, the Hungarian right, and then just chips the ball over the defenders. Watson's there with his head though, heads it square to Mickey Mills, who's moved to the left back position from the right back berth he played in Switzerland, where now Phil Neal fills the number 2 spot. Brooking has come back deep inside his own half. A long, good-looking ball to if he can keep it in. He can't keep it in. The flag goes up immediately as he was challenged in any case by Fazekas. So it'll be a throw-in to Hungary. I know talking to Bill Taylor, one of Ron Greenwood's trainers, at breakfast this morning, and he said how well he thought the England players had recovered from the shock, as indeed it was, of the defeat in Basel. And the phrase he used to me this morning was, they'll go through the roof tonight, if need be, England. Well, they've played with enormous confidence so far, and very positively they're now defending. A long ball played wide down the Hungarian left, and again, good tackling coming in, and I think that could be a goal kick, and the referee agrees. Ray Clements putting his arm up immediately. That's an England goal kick. And the seconds tick away here, nearly 29 minutes gone in the first half in this Group 4 World Cup qualifying match. And there's hardly need to stress how important this is. And a win for England tonight, there's still a long way to go. Let's dare not mention that word, but a win for England would make all the difference to Group 4, make all the difference certainly to English spirits. A long kick from the England goalkeeper. A little bit of pushing and shoving though, this time by Keegan. So it's a free kick to Hungary. And they keep the ball deep inside their own half, and Ballint will hold it, and then plays a long ball on the floor. Good England tackle. Well, I must say I thought that was a good tackle by Robson, but the Italian referee disagrees. And in fact, not only has he blown his whistle, but he's booked the Brian Robson. And Robson just shakes his head, so the name of Robson goes in the book. Just coming up to half an hour in this first half. Hungary 0, England 1. Hungary in possession. Ball played wide. Again, Fazekas, and a long cross from Fazekas. And the ball is headed away by Thompson for a corner. And Thompson claiming that came off the Hungarian, but this time the referee will not agree. And it's Fazekas who goes across to the left, far side from us. Huge stadium, warm night. Trevor Brooking has given England the lead. But we wait for the Hungarian corner, a packed England penalty area. The corner comes in swinging high. And in the end, the ball is cleared. It's noticeable that 3 occasions now, Mariner, the number 9, has been back there helping his defence. His height, of course, in the air, so valuable for the corners. But still, it's Hungary who play that ball forward, just outside the England penalty area. And again, a good example there. Well, I thought that certainly, I would have agreed with the England defenders, but the referee says, no, that was a foul. And Phil Thompson was certainly pretty cross at that. It seemed like a good challenge to me, but that makes no difference. So, pressure on England once more then. Just over half an hour gone. Hungary 0, England 1. Trevor Brooking after 18 minutes, the scorer. But now, Niall Ashe, who's very much the playmaker for Hungary. It's about 5 or 6 yards outside the England penalty area, and every England player now is inside that England penalty area. Clements behind them. The shot comes in. Well, that was always going over the top from Niall Ashe. You expect a rather more from a player of his quality. And I must say, Dennis Law, with half an hour gone, it seems to me that one or two of the quality players that you've mentioned are beginning at the moment to, I won't say their heads are dropping, but they're looking certainly very, very casual indeed.
Well, you take Niall Ashe and Turicic away from the side, and they're the two class players that we certainly knew about before the game. They showed in the opening minutes what they can do, and of course, as you say, the game has got a long way to go, and we'll always fear those two. But when you look at the class of some of the other players, what they are doing, they're looking for fouls all the time. Now, I always feel when a team does that, when the actual game is carrying on, shows a great distinct lack of courage And unless they improve drastically, then I think at the present time, England have got nothing to fear.
Well, 14 minutes to go to half-time. That's the time situation. The goal-scoring situation is that England lead by 1-0 and Clements, their goalkeeper. Again, a long, deep kick from the Liverpool man, deep inside the Hungarian half. Good challenge coming in from Mariner. Cuts the ball back, looking for Keegan. Can't find him. Ball is cleared. Not for long it isn't, though. And then again, Keegan just pushing that ball forward, looking for Koppel. Ball goes into touch. It's an England throw. Halfway inside the Hungarian half. That's the half, a long way to our left. And the throw is played back to Neil, who takes time, gets the return ball. Still holds that ball, then lays it forward. And England in possession. And the cross comes in. And it deflects surely off a defender. And that'll be a corner to England. With 13 and a half minutes to half-time. And a marvellous start as far as England are concerned after the disaster at Bâle when they lost 2-1 to Switzerland, when spirits were very low, but spirits have been lifting and have been lifted. And here comes the England goal. It's a bad one too. It's flat and it's low, and in the end the defender gives it away and gives another corner. So let's see if Brooking can do rather better this time. A beautifully worked England goal with Neil and McDermott and Koppel all involved, and Brooking smashing it home. This time he takes the corner short, makes space for himself, good angle, then with that left foot of his high across the area. Good save though by Katsias here. Tall figure, 6 feet 5 inches and 15 stone in weight. And he's the man they brought in, the Hungarians, after their disasters in the World Cup in South America when they were so disappointing. As again they give the ball away, and it's in that crucial midfield situation I think that England have really shown their teeth tonight so far. They have held that midfield as Brooking turns away from his challenger. Another one comes in on him. Brooking falls, but still just manages to stab the ball back to Mills. And then Mills starts on a run. 15 yards now inside the Hungarian half, running away from us. Plays the ball back to Robson. Robson, a long ball, cut out though by Niall Ashey. But England still picking up the loose ball and playing with more and more confidence. And their captain Thompson, well, the Liverpool captain Thompson going forward, plays the ball down the line, and England have won another corner. And it's England playing now with the confidence you'd expect from that early goal. They've had such a dismal run, England, not won in 6 matches. And there have been 4 changes that Ron Greenwood has produced from the side that played in Bâle. He's brought all his experienced men back. And Brooking will now walk onto that running track 3 or 4 strides, and he hits the corner now, and it's a much better corner this time. It's cleared, or half cleared, by Hungary. And they'll try and build once more in midfield. But the England players come streaming back. And Kish will try to set things up, and a long ball played wide down the left. Tarakcic will hold it, and then a long cross from him. It's too far though for Fazekas. Mills tries to clear, can't clear. Fazekas is there, and he cuts the ball back, and it goes as far as Tarakcic. Can he get the shot in? He can't. It rebounds off another England player. And England living a little dangerously here. Hungary still in possession, just outside the area. It's played forward inside that area, but there are lots and lots of white England jerseys. And again, very, very good tackling indeed. The ball is cleared. Mariner's the sole England player on the halfway line. And Mariner was really, I would have thought, clattered to the ground there. And Mariner's staying down. That hurt a bit. So this time it will be a free kick to England. 5 or 6 yards inside the Hungarian half. And I think Garaba, the man who fouled Mariner, may well be having a word with the referee. Anyway, the referee's standing alongside, and it's difficult from here because the referee's got his back to us, but whether in fact he's taking Garaba's name and showing a card, I wouldn't be certain. So let's say he hasn't. But that really was quite a bad foul on Mariner. He's still down on the ground, and we've got indeed it is a yellow card that's been shown to Imre Garaba. Then it was a very bad foul, I must say, on Mariner, but from where we sit, the huge figure of Paolo Carasin, the Italian referee, I can simply see his back, but as he's moved away, a yellow card has been shown to Garaba, so Robson has gone in the book, Garaba has gone in the book, and I must say that Paul Mariner is still down on the ground. Well, at this moment, in fact, he's got to his feet, and you may remember, sure if an Ipswich supporter, you'll remember that he had so much trouble this season with a serious Achilles tendon injury. But he's on his feet, and he limps away, and now we're going to have the England free kick. It's taken now, long, edge of the area. Keegan goes up to challenge, can't find a white jersey, and Brooking can't get there in time. But again, a good challenge coming in by England, always ready to pick up the loose ball, and that's a sign of confidence. They're hungry for the ball here. They lead by 1-0. Phil Neal has to give away a throw. Yes, I'm very sorry about that. Hungary for yes. Thank you, Alan Parry. That's that's going to be quoted for a long, long time. Right, Hungary one down then, but they're going forward. And again, it's a very loose ball play to the front three. And while there's a lot of class in this front three, well, certainly in two of them, in Tarakchik and certainly in Fazekas, they've played a long time, these two. They're very experienced, but they really haven't had very much service from midfield. That's the area that's been controlled by England, certainly so far tonight, with now just a little less than 8 minutes to go to half-time. And England still holding on to that one-goal lead. And I wonder how important the name of Trevor Brooking could be when we think about the World Cup finals in Spain next summer. But there's still a long way to go, and Hungary are in possession. Niall Ashey, a little back heel from Niall Ashey. He tries to get the return ball, and he's got it. He's on the edge of the England penalty area. Fazekas shoots. Clements as well. Came to his near post, made the angle difficult for Fazekas, hit the ball firmly. Clements was there, did everything right, and England take possession. Brooking elegantly just plays the ball square to Mills. Mills just slowing it down just inside the Hungarian half, and then cuts it back to Brooking. Again, Brooking, the man with so much vision, plays the ball square to Mills. It's been Mills and Brooking right down the field. Now it's Keegan of Southampton, and Keegan a good ball too. He cuts it back to Mills, and Mills plays the cross in, which is nowhere at all. So very good approach work in the end, but that's spoilt by Mickey Mills, and it'll be a goal kick to Hungary. Dennis Law.
Well, a good little spell by Hungary. 2 chances created, of course, one by Mills, the England player, and the second one created by Niall Ashey. But even so, Peter, the final pass has been not good. It was you could say a good save by Clements there, but really a bad ball by Fazekas. And again, and still up to the moment, to me, England have nothing to fear.
Well, Niall Ashey, their captain, tries to play the ball forward. He's got the throw off Mills. And Niall Ashey, you may remember, the man who got sent off in South America in the World Cup. A skillful player, indeed a genius, he's often been called. As Terry McDermott, taking no chances, hits the ball 30 yards back to Clements. You'll say a genius he's been called, but he's been a difficult sort of player. He's been banned on 2 occasions. He retired at one stage, said he was fed up with the game. Now he's come back and he can churn any game. But here's Mariner trying to do the same for England then. He's out on the right, the England right, far away from us. He's surrounded by 2, 3 now Hungarians, and they get the ball away from him and they regroup once more. But so far England doing everything right here and leading by 1-0. Hungary in possession. Halfway inside the England half. Good running too, going down that left, and the cross comes in and the header away for a corner. And certainly Thompson and Watson have looked a much better combination tonight, the old firm together. Phil Thompson and Dave Watson. Dave Watson and Russell Osman had an unhappy time in Switzerland. But it's Hungary who have the corner, down their left, far side from us. Oh, and it's terrible. It's played straight to the feet of Trevor Brooking, as if to underline exactly what Dennis Law was saying a few minutes ago. They're playing really without any sort of conviction at all. And it's England in possession. And this game has been so much talked about here in Hungary. You'd have thought they had everything on their side, this Hungarian team. Apart from playing in front of 75,000 fanatical fans, they've done so well so far in their group matches. But here's McDermott for England, proving that England can do even better. The ball just outside the area with McDermott. Back to Brooking. Brooking lays it forward. But again, before Keegan can get there, it's cut out and played back to Katsirs, the goalkeeper. And they'll try again far side with Varga. But they're still 10 yards inside their own half. And we've got just a little over 5 minutes to go to half-time. And still that Trevor Brooking goal divides these two sides. Just to keep reminding you that England so far have 5 points from 5 matches. Hungary also 5, but from only 3 matches. And they've got games in hand. But obviously a win here for England tonight would change the whole picture of Group 4. Hungary on the halfway line in possession. Just inside the centre circle. Again, a very good grouped England defence. Oof, and this time Watson makes his one mistake, and it just balloons over the crossbar. And Watson, just for a moment, shakes his head in disgust with himself. And like a good professional, Clements comes out and just claps his hands. That's all right, he said. But he certainly, Watson has put England under pressure. It's a corner. Fazekas with the corner. The header comes in, hits the crossbar. Ball breaks away, and that time Niall Ashey showed his genius. That really was a thundering header, and Niall Ashey at the moment has gone down on the ground. I don't know whether... No, I think it's just sheer despair. Oh, no, it's not. To give him his due, he's rolling around. So obviously, he got a crack on the head when he went in. I thought he would just thrown himself down in agony and despair, because that really twanged against the England crossbar. And Nailashi still down on his hands and knees as England sweep away inside the Hungarian half, and I think they've got a free kick. They have indeed, and Nailashi has now gone off the pitch and is now out on his back and is surrounded by photographers behind Ray Clements' goal. So Hungary are down to 10 men at the moment. I can't think where the Hungarian trainer is, but he ought to be there by now, I would have thought, because it's only the photographers who are interested in Nailashi. And I can see the trainer who's racing around the pitch on the far side. And the referee, quite rightly, says play on, because Nailashi is off the pitch. And it's quite right that the referee should say play on. So we still wait for the England free kick to be taken, while two of the crowd in front of us getting rather angry about that. But the referee's absolutely right. Nailashi is off the field of play. So England 1-0 up here in Budapest, and they still wait for that free kick to be taken, and they still wait, and now they take it, and it's high inside the area, but again a goalkeeper of the height of Bela Katsirs has no problems with that one, bowls it out away to the left, and now Nailashi has disappeared from my view with 2 or 3 trainers, it seems to me, but he certainly went down. First of all, as I say, I thought simply in disgust when his header hit the crossbar, but obviously it's some injury. Hungary in possession. Ball laid square. And Fazekas was knocked to the ground by Mariner. And that'll be a free kick to Hungary. In fact, it was Martos, I think, in the end, the fullback would come up, yes. So they take the free kick. And they still keep the ball. And Martos, the offended party, has now gone forward to take that ball. He's gone for the return from Fazekas. Fazekas decides to go it alone. And that was a wrong decision to make. And Keegan is way back inside his own penalty area just to play it back to Ray Clements. Dennis.
Yes, well, a very good header by Nailashi, Peter, hitting the bar and an escape for England, but really not created by the Hungarian side. It was a bad mistake by Dave Watson giving away the corner in the first place. Now, if they lose Nailashi, you can certainly say that there isn't any danger for England, because he has been the one player who we knew about before anyway, who could possibly do something.
Well, Nailashi is still surrounded by his trainers as the ball is played once more deep inside the Hungarian half, but there's time there for Varga just to tidy up, with now a little less than 2 minutes to go to half-time. And a splendid first half, well, with 2 minutes to go at this, a splendid first half for England here. And again, Robson picks the ball up, plays it forward, too heavy a pass though. And there's plenty of time for the Hungarian goalkeeper came out, but he didn't even bother. And Muller, deep inside his own half, and then plays, well, a rather extravagant ball way out to the left of Varga. And that's the sort of ball that you expect from a side that are 2-0 up rather than 1-0 down. And Nailashi, I see, is now running away to the far side, whether he's going off for treatment. And it would, being a head injury, possibly stitches may be required. And so he's not going to be wasted in the last 2 minutes of the first half. As again, Watson comes back and has time before Fazekas can get there to play it back to Clements. And Nailashi disappears down the tunnel to have treatment, whatever treatment required. Mills for England. Oh, bad ball from Mills though. Muller cuts it out, plays it forward. Tarekchik has come across to this side. Brooking comes back to defend, and Brooking's gone down also. Hungary then in possession. And they hold the ball just outside the England penalty area. And Kish will play it and go for the return ball. And in the end it's played wide. And Muller, a long cross to the far post. And Neil sensibly got underneath it and took no chances and played it wide for a corner. And Kevin Keegan seems to be having words. I think he wants the referee to have a look at Trevor Brooking, who's on his hands and knees. But the referee has refused to do so. And the West Ham man is still down. Here comes the corner for Hungary. Headed away well by Thompson. Headed it all of 25 yards, but still Hungary in possession, looking for the equaliser in the last minute of this first half. Thompson again with a header. Plays it forward to Koppel. And England with Keegan. It would have been a good ball from Keegan. It was well read in the end. And Hungary come forward. Little chip ball. Clements comes off his line. And Clements has half got it. And the ball is there. It's in the back of the net. And Fazekas, the little number 7, has done it. In the closing seconds of this first half, the ball was cleared upfield. Keegan tried to find Mariner. The ball was cut out by Ballint. It was laid forward. It was a good ball. Clements had to come off his line. He half parried the ball, half got his body behind it. The ball spun away from him, and as far as Hungary was concerned, the cards were stacked for them, because little Fazekas was there. That's his 24th goal for Hungary. It's his 81st cap. That's the experience of the man, and he showed there what experience means. Kept his head, slotted it home, psychologically, just when it mattered, in the dying seconds of the first half. Indeed, there goes the whistle. That's how close it was. It's now Hungary 1, England 1. And that, Dennis Law, puts perhaps a slightly different complexion on things.
Well, it's always the same for you, when you open your mouth and you say that there isn't any danger whatsoever. And I thought England had done really well, and we're looking to get a second goal, never mind the one that they had got. But that was a bad mistake by the England defence, and it didn't seem any danger at all, Peter. And I'm sorry about when I pointed to Fazekas, because on the scoreboard they've got Quiche as the goal scorer. Sorry about that, but even so, let's get back.
Goal. In the first half, they had really dominated, if not always territorially. They certainly dominated in terms of skill and pattern and method. They had looked the better side, and really, as it's so often said, it's a terrible blow to lose a goal so close to the half-time interval as that. And let's just see now how quickly and how well England can recover from that disappointment, because in the 44 minutes that had gone before, there had been many, many good signs indeed for England, culminating, of course, in Trevor Brooking's marvellously well-worked and well-finished goal, which gave England the lead, but Quiche scoring almost on the stroke of half-time to bring Hungary right back into this game, and 1-1 is the scoreline. Well, all the players are out on the field, but a certain Italian gentleman, who's quite important because he's the referee, hasn't reappeared yet, and he's got the ball as well, so there'll be a bit of a delay before this second half gets underway. And I think I'm right in saying that Nyalashi, who was injured, you remember, just a couple of minutes before the half-time interval, obviously during the 15 minutes has been given the necessary treatment to what looked like a head wound and is back to take his place in the midfield and to skipper the side in this second half. So that's good news for Hungary, not particularly so for England. 1-1 the scoreline then. The Italian referee now in position. This crowd, which had been, for my money, strangely quiet for a 75,000 capacity audience, has been really lifted by that Quiche goal just before half-time. And as Hungary start the second half, there's far more noise, and a cheeky chip coming in from Turukcik from midway inside the England half, which never had any hope of beating Clements. He came off his line to save. England are in possession. McDermott, a long ball forward. Keegan will chase it, but won't reach it before Martos, midway inside the Hungarian half. He finds Fazekas right on the halfway line. Played forward into the England half. Lovely skill by Fazekas. Still has the ball at his feet. Midway inside England's half. Left-footed, chipped it forward. It's headed downwards by Quiche towards the edge of the England penalty area, but a bad ball. And England are back in possession. Midway inside their own half. The ball at the feet of Phil Thompson, who made one or two very timely tackles in that first half, but was missing, I'm afraid, along with Dave Watson, when those two players rushed through the England defence. But here's England rushing through the Hungarian defence. McDermott playing it short. Mariner, I can tell you, because we're in a perfect position, was never, for my money, in an offside position when the ball was played through to him then by Terry McDermott. And we are, for once, as well placed as the linesman, because we're right in line with the edge of the 18-yard line. The penalty area Hungary are defending in the second half, and I thought Mariner was onside, but the referee and linesman didn't. Free kick. Hungary have taken it. 1-1 the score. The ball in midfield. Turukcik getting away from the tackle by Robson and getting round Neil's challenge and still going forward, and then he hits it rather weakly, but it rebounds to the edge of the England penalty area. Quiche plays it forward. It's a good ball too. It's kept in play, or is it? No, the linesman's flag on the far side is raised. It went over the line, and that will be a goal kick to England. But a worrying moment there for England, as Turukcik beautifully got round two English defenders, and in the end he didn't really have the power left to get in a meaty shot, and as well for England that he didn't. 1-1 the scoreline. We've had 3 minutes of play in this second half here in Budapest, this vital World Cup qualifying tie. England in possession. Terry McDermott has had a good game, run intelligently and used the ball well, and played a lovely ball to Brooking for the England goal. He plays another good ball across the halfway line, and it's picked up on this near side of the field by Steve Coppell, outside right position. The Manchester United winger going forward all the time, does well to get round the challenge, gets almost to the byline and gets a good cross in too, which is headed by Ballint behind for a corner. England's first of this second half, and the track still strewn with paper and streamers as Brooking comes across to retrieve the ball and will play this corner in left-footed from the corner flag. Good looking, well, it was for a moment a good looking corner, but it turned out to be a bad one as it was half cleared by Hungary. England pick up the loose ball. Neil tries to cross. Muller beats the ball away, and it's gone over the line again. I think this time it was just the wrong side as far as England are concerned of that corner flag. Yes, a throw is given right on the flag almost. Neil to Koppel, back again to Neil, out near the corner flag. Kills a good-looking ball in. Keegan goes up, and the goalkeeper, Katsiers, really did well then. Curled in beautifully by Neil. Keegan almost on the end of it, but Katsiers off his line, and good pair of hands, and held it well. England give away a throw-in, midway inside the Hungarian half, as Neil tackles Turukcik, the playboy, as he's known, of Hungarian football. Been in trouble with the police once or twice. Likes to drink, apparently, and likes to drive his car when he's had one, which is not a good combination. But he's been a little bit disappointing tonight, but here he goes again. We know he's got the ability. He beats, again, Robson's challenge, and McDermott's there, holding off well. Played back towards the halfway line where Mucho was waiting, but England win the ball back. Brooking breaks from midway inside his own half to the same position inside the Hungarian half. Finds Robson. England again have started this second half just as well as they started the first. And now Koppel, 10 yards from the penalty area. Good challenge by the defender Varga. Ball spins away. McDermott picks it up. Takes the return ball, plays it to the edge of the penalty area, looking for Mariner. It's laid off to Brooking. Brooking first time. Left-footed cross. Reaches Robson. Just outside the Hungarian penalty area. Robson going forward. A good run this. And he finds McDermott. Oh, and the goalkeeper comes off his line and makes a very good save. McDermott, I must say, that time did look as though he might have been just offside as the ball was played through to him. But what a fine piece of skill by Brian Robson, who got round two tackles, found McDermott. Keeper came out and slid the ball away just as McDermott was poised to shoot. England's throw. Koppel takes it and is rather lucky because he threw it straight to Turukcik. But Turukcik couldn't control it, and it went over the line, and England have a corner. Koppel takes it quickly. Finds Neil. Neil again, another good-looking ball over to the far side. Watson will head it back into the danger area. Oh, and the goalkeeper seems to take an age to actually react then. Keegan was coming in. The goalkeeper was frozen to the spot. But in the end, Katsiers, because he is so enormous, 6'5", as Peter Jones was saying, Kevin Keegan's about half that size, and he just stood there and lifted the ball out of the air. And Hungary in possession. Midway inside their own half, on the far side of the field. Martos has the ball, trying to will Mariner to come into the tackle. Plays it forward to the halfway line, and good control out on that far side. Turukcik, I think it is, away over in the distance, midway inside the England half. Again, arrogantly goes round the tackle, but the second challenge is good for England, and Brooking has possession. Moves into the Hungarian half, comes to this near side. Now Keegan has it outside right position. The England captain clips a good-looking ball in. McDermott brings it down beautifully. Plays it to Mariner, edge of the penalty area. Mariner holds off the challenge and finds Mills outside left position. Back in field it comes to McDermott, 10 yards from the penalty area. Tries a shot, deflected off the defender and looped into the arms of the goalkeeper, Katsiers. And England still threading the ball together well and looking good when they come forward. But the Hungarians do have those great moments, those magical moments when they look dangerous too. And here's one of them. Turukcik again. Well, he's obviously been told by his manager to attack defenders in this second half. Every time he's had the ball since half-time, he's really gone at the England defence. But fortunately, the second covering tackle has always been good enough to stop him. The ball midway inside the Hungarian half with Brooking, scorer of the English goal. He finds Terry McDermott, who provided him with the ball to score that goal. Back it goes to Brooking, and now Neil, 15 yards from the penalty area. Going forward, good ball. Finds Koppel. Koppel will get to the line, pull the cross back, and it's headed away by Barint. And finally goes over the touchline. Turukcik tried to keep it in. Throw in, though, to England it is. Taken by Neil, finds Brooking. Brooking steps back elegantly, chips it forward, and again the keeper, Katsiers, reacts well, comes forward, and then just throws the ball underarm out to the far side of the field. Martos, the fullback, slips, and England have it again with Mariner. Battling away well, Mariner. Keegan is there too to help him out. And Mighty Mouse, as he's known, is doing just that, scurrying away, winning the ball back, and plays it to this near side of the field to Thompson. Thompson chips it to the edge of the penalty area. Mariner went up but couldn't reach it. Over the line it goes. That's a goal kick. But Dennis Law, England have held their pattern well, still playing well. What a shame that they had to concede that goal right on half-time.
Yes, and no matter how the game finishes on, say it ends as a point, it will be a good point win, but really the game is here for the winning, and if England go about it the way they have done in the second half, then I think there's a great possibility that they will win. They're playing well, And even when Hungary attack, when it breaks down, England are getting 5 and 6 players forward. And considering they are playing in this stadium away from home, I think England have done extremely well.
Yes, here, and England attacking very well again with Mariner just outside the penalty area. He finds Keegan in the middle. Keegan lets it run over. Oh, and a fine shot on the run by Terry McDermott, but flashed wide. Difficult from this angle to tell just how close that was. Maybe McDermott should have done better, Dennis. What do you think?
Well, I think it was a very good move, and as you say, we don't know how close it was, but certainly it looked maybe 2 or 3 feet there. It was a great shot, and I think possibly because there was 2 Hungarian defenders just at either side of him there that maybe just put him off that little bit, but a good move by England.
Yes, Mariner involved. Keegan just dummied over the ball, and McDermott came in with a right foot shot just wide. The ball is out of play. It's 10 yards from the halfway line in the Hungarian half of the field, and it's a throw-in to the home side. And still no real noise and fervour from this crowd. They've been very strangely quiet so far. It looked before the match, everything seemed right for a really passionate atmosphere, but it hasn't been that way, and that's great credit to England. Hungary on the attack though. Martosh midway inside the English half, short ball to his fellow defender, and he comes back to Nyalashi midway inside the England half. Out it goes to Fazekas, outside right position, plays it forward. The ball won back by England though, left edge of their penalty area. Mariner laying a good ball off, back to Brooking, who has been an outstanding figure for England tonight. Really has been at the heart of everything, and scored the goal, of course. And he again sets England moving forward. The ball, a lovely ball, out to this far side of the field. The fullback a little bit slow to spot the danger. Koppel checks, plays it infield, short to McDermott, good ball forward. Keegan goes up, and the header is just wide. And again, a good move by England. Keegan going up on the near post. The ball floated in towards him, and the flick header just wide.
Well, I can only say, Alan, that I haven't seen an international side so chaotic at the back. They don't seem to know who to pick up, and they are being outnumbered. Now, that's in a profession, or I don't think there's any professionals here, but at a professional sense, is bad play. You should always have one more man than the opposition, but they're not. In England, they're getting 4 and 5, and that was a very good effort by Keegan just past the post.
Well, whilst you've been speaking, Dennis, the Hungarians have made a substitution. I think possibly Balint, or was it Müller, was the man to go off, and the man who's come on in his place is Komjati. Komjati on then, and I'll just check for you who's gone off in a moment, but Hungary have made the substitution, to allowed, of course, by both sides. England quite happy with their 11 at the moment, and they deserve to be because they've played well. Müller was indeed the man to go off. 1-1 the score. We've had 11 minutes of the second half. England on the attack. Keegan letting the ball run over his head, and coming in behind him is Mariner. Tackled by 2 defenders. Martosh getting the final touch of the ball, and it's got over the line, and some disagreement apparently between referee and linesman, and the players don't really know what's going on at the moment, what exactly the referee has given. I think he's given a free kick. Is it to England or Hungary? Absolute confusion. Nobody knows what on earth is going on. And in the end, through the sophisticated method of hand signals, the referee lets everybody know it's a free kick for Hungary. 11 and a half minutes completed in this second half. Hungary 1, England 1. England still have the ball midway inside the Hungarian half. Koppel playing it down the line, and this time Mariner was offside. But Dennis, just going back to Turukshik, he's clearly been given different instructions about the way he plays in this second half, and he has looked more dangerous.
Well, when you consider that the rest of his teammates aren't doing a great deal, I think maybe he's taking it on his own mind. I think he's that type of player anyway, to try and do something, but at times he's trying to beat too many players, and in this standard of football, no way can you do that all the time.
And Koppel is brought crudely down, as Dennis spoke then, by Varga, and is down injured. And that's a free kick to England, midway inside the Hungarian half. And as Dennis Law has rightly said, this game is not just here for the saving or the salvaging, it is here for the winning, because England have been positive and aggressive, if you like, in the nicest possible way. As Robson has the ball from that free kick, plays it to his left. Mills, midway inside the Hungarian half, a right-footed cross, looking for Mariner, headed away, though, by the Hungarian defence. The ball comes back to Koppel, 10 yards from the penalty area. Koppel, short ball. Watson lifts it over the line. Brooking could be in here, and the goalkeeper has made an excellent save again, and once more, the Hungarian defence froze, expecting an offside flag, as it was flicked over by Watson. Brooking, I must say, seemed to be in an offside position. The flag stayed down. Brooking tried to chip it or lob it over the goalkeeper, and Katsiers, because he's simply so big, he got his massive frame in the way and saved what could well have been the shot that could have produced England's second goal. Dennis?
Yes, well, it certainly looked offside from here, Alan, but never take anything away from Trevor Brooking. He got behind the Hungarian defence, and it was a very, very good save by Katsier in the Hungarian goal. But it really has been all England in the second half. They created the chances, and if you have that a little bit of luck in life and in football, then England should get a second goal.
14 minutes gone. It's Hungary 1, England 1, and whilst the result is very important tonight, I suppose one has to comment on the quality of the game, and certainly as far as Hungary are concerned, it's been a disappointing match as a spectacle, but England have played well and are in possession again. Midway inside the Hungarian half, Koppel slides it forward. Mariner's challenge. Was it a foul? It was indeed by Garaba, and that's a free kick to England just outside the Hungarian penalty area. Koppel short to Brooking. Brooking back to Koppel. Good looking move. There's plenty of men in the middle, but a poor cross in the end by Koppel. Too low, too flat, and cleared, but not very well cleared by the Hungarian defence, because Neil has it again. Edge of the penalty area. Plays it forward. Lovely layoff. Brooking is in there with a left foot shot, and Brooking has scored an absolutely magnificent goal. And Trevor Brooking has done it again, having given England the lead in the first half, seen that lead thrown away on the stroke of half-time. A magnificent left-foot shot by Trevor Brooking has put England back in front again. Brooking, the creator, has today been Brooking, the goal scorer as well. And who would have believed, when manager Ron Greenwood decided to bring him back, that Trevor Brooking would not only play well and orchestrate England's attacks from midfield, but score 2 goals as well. That was a goal of stunning power and marvellous quality, and England get what they deserve. They're back in front. Hungary 1, England 2, and what a very, very vital goal that could be by Trevor Brooking.
An absolutely great goal. It was a good move by England, a marvellous little touch back by Keegan, and Brooking there, unmarked, nobody picked him up whatsoever, cracking a beautiful left foot shot into the top of the net. But as we were saying, they deserved it. They had played well and done everything.
Hold on, Dennis, because Mariner's on his own here and racing through and could get number 3 if he keeps cool. But in the end, he plays it straight against Katsiers. Well, again, the Hungarian defence was absolutely ragged as the ball was played through. And wait a moment, England are on the attack again. Hungary have fallen apart here. Keegan plays it out to the right. McDermott leaps over a challenge, plays it back in field. England know that goals are on here if they keep going forward. Koppel has it, just outside the penalty area. Lays it short to Robson. Robson over the defence, but out of play it goes. And that was another remarkable incident, Dennis. Mariner threw on his own, only the keeper to beat, but couldn't do that.
Well, I don't like criticising professional players, really, but that was a dreadful miss. Mariner on his own, the nearest Hungarian player was something like 30 yards away from him. He ran up to the goal, far too slow. He should have gone up, and he knocked it in. And had it been 3-1 Alan, then Hungary would never come back.
Well, they're coming back at the moment. The ball just outside the English penalty area. It's played to the left to Turukcik. Left edge of the box. He'll try and pull it back. No, he won't. He'll go it alone. He plays the ball back in the middle. Fazikash gets in a right foot shot from the edge of the box. And the crowd groan their disappointment, because that was a good opening, that, for Hungary. They'd stretched the England defence, got to the byline. Turukcik pulled it back, but Fazikash really was all over the place with the shot, and wide it went. But what a magnificent goal that was by Brooking. A lovely layoff by Keegan. And Brooking has shown himself to be a new man tonight. He doesn't score many goals in his career, Trevor Brooking, or hasn't, I should say. But he scored 2 tonight that he'll remember forever. Particularly that second one, which was an absolute stunner. And Fazikash, following that poor shot, that missed opportunity, has actually been substituted. Fazikash goes off, so he could have been a hero. He's turned out to be a villain. Fazikash off, Bodonyi on. So they've made both their substitutions, the Hungarians, and that's all good news for England. What good news the scoreline is here in Budapest, with 17 minutes gone in the second half of this World Cup qualifying tie, and England have risen from the ashes of that terrible defeat in Switzerland and gone on to take the Hungarians on in every sense of the word. 2-1 they lead. Keegan, the England captain, goes forward midway inside the Hungarian half, plays the ball out to the left, but was fouled as he did so, and that will be a free kick to England, about 10 yards from the Hungarian penalty area. England leading by 2 goals to 1, and the electric scoreboard just emphasising that the man of the night for England, Trevor Brooking, 2 goals, Quiche scoring in between for the Hungarians. But England, with the man Brooking again at the heart of the action, have this free kick 10 yards from the penalty area. Brooking, I think, might just roll it short here. A number of options on. He does roll it short for Robson, who hits it left-footed, comes off a defender in the defensive wall and goes out of play for a corner. And that second Brooking goal, just like the first, greeted in almost total silence. And again, you had to blink and look for a second time to make sure the ball was in the net. It was so quiet when it went in, but it wasn't on the England bench, I'll bet. And here's Brooking again. Has the ball just outside the penalty area. Lofts it in, right-footed. Mariner heads it down. Keegan nearly on the end of it. But in the end, it's Balint who comes away out towards his own corner flag, being challenged by Keegan. And indeed, Martosh giving away the throw-in. Keegan takes it quickly. Finds McDermott, drives it in, hard and low. Good ball, that, but cleared by the Hungarian defence. They have the ball. A total misunderstanding again. They're standing around expecting each other to go for the ball. In the end, Nyalashi gets it and plays it out to the far side of the field to the substitute, whose name is beyond my powers of pronunciation. As the ball comes into the middle, there's still danger here. Quiche has the ball, right edge of the English penalty area, plays it into the middle, half cleared again by England. Badonyi was the name. Not that difficult, was it? But he was a long way away. England on the attack again. 2-1 they lead. Trevor Brooking has got both the goals. 20 minutes gone in the second half here in Budapest. Brooking again. Well, he seems to be attracting everything at the moment, Trevor Brooking. What a marvellous match he's had. I would have made him man of the match for England, even without those 2 goals. He really has played well. Koppel has the ball now, just outside the penalty area, rolls it forward. Can McDermott get in a shot? He can, but it was half blocked by Varga, and that was enough to enable the goalkeeper to save, and he's thrown the ball quickly upfield, and Quiche is taking on the England defence, and he's got round Watson. He's only got Clements to beat. He goes forward, and can he get the shot in? He can, but in the end, having done the difficult superbly well, he did the easier badly, and holds his head in his hands, and that shot into the side netting should have been in the back of the England net, and England then were as much at fault as Hungary have been on half a dozen occasions in this half. Diving in, not committing themselves in areas where they shouldn't have done. Watson in particular was left stranded, and Quiche then should have scored.
Oh, certainly, Alan, and considering that England have got that second goal, they should be much cooler at the back, and the experience in the side should not allow Hungary to get back into the game. I could understand the reasons going out for a third goal, but the point being that you are a goal up at the moment, and that you have got to contain and not allow Hungary to get back into the game with stupid mistakes at the back.
Brooking battling away there, but it was Muha who got the better of him. Kimjati. And that little flurry has given the Hungarians a bit of heart. Here's Tarokcic. And Brooking got back there well. Koppel getting in first as well. Mariner taking possession. Keegan just offside, and I think he was.
Halfway inside the England half. They've slowed it down to walking pace, and they stab the ball forward. A cross comes in, but again a mass of England jerseys to protect Ray Clements. They've been quite magnificent at the back. There have been 1 or 2 mistakes certainly, but they've looked so much more positive than the side that went down to defeat in Basel. As the ball is laid wide, Phil Neal. And again, control stuff here by England just inside their own half. Then a long ball from McDermott, touched back by Keegan. Not quite able to control it, but comes back to pick it up again.
Minutes of the second half gone. England leading by 2 goals to 1. Brooking the scorer of the 2 England goals. 1 in the first half, 1 in the second. Bodonyi, Tarokcic, and again England only half get it away, but it should be safe with Clements now. Keegan, and now McDermott. Keegan, Neal, played in for Koppel. McDermott. Mariner trying to make something of it, but he was really tightly marked by Garabah. And here's Muha finding Tarokcic. Muha again.
And it's Hungary then in possession just inside the England half. 2 superb goals from Trevor Brooking, and he really has been the man of the match. I would certainly absolutely underline what Alan Parry's just been saying. He's had a splendid match, the man from West Ham. He's looked fresh and he's looked eager, and quite apart from 2 stunning goals, he's been absolutely outstanding. But it's Hungary in possession, halfway inside the England half. They've slowed it down to walking pace, and they stab the ball forward. A cross comes in, but again, a mass of England jerseys to protect Ray Clements. They've been quite magnificent at the back. There have been 1 or 2 mistakes, certainly, but they've looked so much more positive than the side that went down to defeat in Basel. As the ball is laid wide, Phil Neal. And again, control stuff here by England just inside their own half. Then a long ball from McDermott, touched back by Keegan. Not quite able to control it, but comes back to pick it up again. He's surrounded by 2-3 Hungarian defenders. And Neal then just pushes it on once more. Koppel plays it in field to McDermott. McDermott turns it wide to Robson. Robson tries to get a 1-2 back from Mariner. Robson still trying to go through. I must say Mariner's taken a bit of a battering in the last 10 minutes here. But England leading by 2-1. Excellent news after so many disappointments in recent months. The ball inside the centre circle by certainly, I must say, a very disappointing Hungarian side. That's taking nothing away, however, from the England performance. Hungary once more in possession, play the ball wide, and Bodogny will try and get the cross in, but he can't. It's sloppy, and England pick it up once more. And again, Mariner goes down, and the ball goes into touch, and Mariner picks himself up rather wearily from the ground. And 24 minutes have gone here, and England lead by 2-1 in this Group 4 World Cup qualifying match. McDermott, good ball forward. Mariner shields it well, plays it back to McDermott. England regrouping again. A long ball played to the edge of the Hungarian penalty area. Time for Balint to clear. But they've got a long way to go, still just inside their own half. And again, Bodogny running fast down the right, plays the ball inside the defender. Some hesitation for a moment. And then again, good covering as Clements came off his line to be certain. And indeed, Clements obviously calling for the ball. He's come out right to the edge of that area. He'll take the ball and he'll bowl it out to his right. And there'll be plenty of time for Phil Neal, indeed beckoning to players to come forward. And he finds one of his own Liverpool mates. And McDermott just playing it in field. Good possession stuff here by England. The lead makes all the difference to a side, obviously, particularly away from home. And particularly after all the battering they've taken recently, England. They're playing now with a lot of composure. But just again to repeat what Dennis Law was saying, not that they're 2-1 up and looking certainly by far the better side. This is the time not to make mistakes, just to calm it all down, keep it nice and tight and firm, and make sure that nothing's given away. As again the ball is played inside the half, and this time the referee does say that Mariner's been fouled. Almost looks as if he's grateful for that. A little bit of nudging going in on the back of Paul Mariner. So it's a free kick to England then, about halfway inside the Hungarian half, and it's just about centre field. So all but one of the Hungarians will come back to defend. And I must say, Niall Ashley, the captain, looks as if he really doesn't want to be bothered with the proceedings any longer. He's got the reputation of being that sort of player. He can be absolutely blistering when he's on form, a marvellous player, and then just simply switches off and looks totally disinterested. We still wait for the England free kick, and it's taken now by Keegan, and it goes wide. About 3 or 4 yards wide, I think, in the end. But I think you'd agree on that one, Dennis. It's simply a question, surely now, of England remembering all their good habits, keeping it calm, keeping it cool, and knowing that this is here for the taking.
Well, the whole point about it, Peter, this match tonight, if they can get 2 points, then you look at the group and you say, yes, England can qualify for Spain. I certainly felt before the game that no way could they win here. I thought Hungary were a far stronger side, but they're awful at the back, and England should get those 2 points.
As again, an England player goes spinning to the ground, and Koppel picks himself up, and it'll be another free kick to England. It's about 3 or 4 yards in from the near touchline, the England right, as we sit here deep inside the Hungarian half, and it's played short to Koppel, who slows it right down to walking pace, finds McDermott. McDermott plays it back to Koppel. Koppel goes on a little darting run, and in the end tries to win the throw, but it's not. It's off Koppel. So it's a throw into Hungary. And again, just to remind you that the position at the moment, that Romania have 6 points from 5 games, then England 5 from 5, Hungary 5 from just 3 games. So it's obvious how rewarding a win here in Budapest would be tonight. But here come Hungary again with Torokcik, and it's a bad ball, and Mariner will cut it wide, and Keegan's going forward, and he's on the edge of the Hungarian penalty, and that must be a penalty. Surely it is a penalty. It's a penalty for England. And the Italian referee had no doubts at all, and Garaba sent Keegan spinning. So it's a penalty for England. And Keegan is standing there. And it'll be Keegan who'll take it. The man who was brought down. Could this be the go that may well allow England to qualify for the World Cup finals? They're 2-1 up against Hungary. The crowd is silent. And it's Kevin Keegan against 6 feet 5 inches of Bella Catrice. Wait for it. And he hits it. And it's there. Kevin Keegan makes it 3-1 for England. The goalkeeper dived to his right. He couldn't touch that one. There are boos and catcalls around this stadium. If it was Wembley, it would be on its feet, because that goal, scored sweetly and positively by Kevin Keegan, now must give the night to England. They came here hoping for a draw. It's here for the taking. I think they've taken it. It's Hungary 1, England 3.
Yes, and I certainly, from here, Peter, it's sometimes difficult, as you know yourself, but for me that was certainly a penalty. It was a good move, a good through ball by Manneh to Keegan. Keegan surely would have scored had he not been pulled down. Some people might have said it was a fair tackle. To me, it was a penalty, and England certainly deserved a 3-1 lead.
Well, I see England now making a substitution, and Trevor Brooking, the master of the night's gone off, and Ray Wilkins, who played against Switzerland, comes back on. So it's Manchester United for West Ham, but a marvellous position here for England when, as I say, we were hoping for a draw, and I think that was the feeling of most people, hoping at least to get a point. And they've looked absolutely supreme tonight, England, and Hungary really at times have been awful. As the ball again is deep inside the England half, but they pick the ball up once more. The whistle's gone, the players don't seem to have realised. And it's another free kick to England, and it's quite incredible. Apart from the odd whistling noises going on around us, it's absolutely silent. It really is a most remarkable scene. There are nearly 80,000 people here, streamers all over the place, and I can't see a single flag waving, except away to our left there's a little tiny wood of Union Jacks and red and white Cross of St. George away to our left. And as far as we know, I'm very happy to report, there's been no signs of the trouble, the awfulness we had in Switzerland. They seem to have been very well behaved and very patriotic. And indeed, away to my left, Dennis Law just pointing out to me that fans are actually leaving. They can't take any more here in the great Knepp Stadium. It really is a most incredible sight and scene. Total silence here. England 3-1, and on their way surely now to victory. If they don't take this one, they don't deserve to have anything. But here come Hungary. Again, Tarakcic going forward, trying to take on players. Plays it again, plays a good ball forward, played wide. And again, Hungary in possession, a good cross coming in. Clements is there, 2 or 3 yards off his line. And we've got now 14 minutes to go, and indeed the fans are streaming away to our left. As far as they're concerned, this game now is over. They drew 2-2 with Switzerland away, Hungary, that when they were twice down. And then they beat Romania by 1-0 here. And then Norway 2-1 recently, when again they were a goal down. But certainly the reports we got were that they were playing extremely well. Nothing like the great sides, of course, of the 50s, shadows of whom played in a friendly game here before this game. But we certainly expected better than we've got tonight. They really have not been very good. At the back at times they've been dreadful. And again it's England coming forward, and they're winning the ball again, and the cross comes in, and the goalkeeper comes off his line. And he always seems to be about 6 feet taller than any of the other players. Mariner came in, and the referee says that was an illegal challenge. Mariner apologises. The goalkeeper goes down on 2 knees, and he's another one. That's about the 3rd head injury I think we've had so far tonight, and indeed the referee is calling over, I think, one of the trainers. But certainly now, Dennis Law, this is England tonight.
Oh, the way that they've played, Peter, and I think you've got to say that the confidence in the side after Brooking's first goal, you could see it there. And you know, in professional football, when you are 1 goal up, it's amazing what a change in the standard of play. And England really, apart from that bad mistake in conceding the equalising goal, after that they've just strolled through the game. And now there's no danger, if they play it the right way, that there'll be 2 points there. And when you say that's the 3rd Hungarian player down with a head injury, I think that the way they're playing, I think they all want to leave the park.
Well, certainly there's been a lack of commitment by a number of the Hungarian players in the last 10 or 15 minutes. Anyway, Katsias is all right. He's back on his feet, and we're back into play. And the ball is on the halfway line. And Hungary desperate now. We've got 11 minutes to go here. They play a long ball to the edge of the area. Thompson's there behind him, Watson's ready to clear up, but in fact they've given the ball away again, and then it's deflected off a defender, and they close their ranks once more. And then that very strong looking midfield 4 coming forward. Neil comes in to help out. Neil plays it to Mariner, who's come back deep, And again, Mariner gives it to Koppel in the end, just a yard or two in from the near touchline. And people are now standing up in front of me, I know not for what. And the ball is played back a long way to Thompson. And England will hold it. And Watson will stroke the ball back to Thompson. A little more than 10 minutes to go to Neil. Possession stuff here by England. They're doing it the right way. They lead by 3-1. Good ball down the line, looking for Keegan, asking for a lot from Keegan, who's still prepared to challenge. And in the end, that will be, I think, either a free kick to Hungary or a throw to Hungary. At the moment, the two players are tangled up with a corner flag. And in the end, Martosh seems to have a friendly word with Keegan. Indeed, it is a free kick against the England man, which Martosh, I think, himself will take. It's almost on the corner flag. And again, almost an eerie silence all around us from something like 80,000 people. Hungary 1, England 3. The ball halfway inside the Hungarian half. Again, they try to build, and again, Tarakcic, he's perhaps the one man who's got the sort of skill that you ask for to bring this game back. But even for him, it's now surely impossible with 10 minutes to go. But they'll try again. Quiche plays the ball forward. It's cleared by Thompson, belligerently, but only as far as Balint, who heads the ball forward. And Hungary will try again, halfway inside the England half. Again, good tackling. In one of the most exciting aspects, I think, of the England performance tonight. That tackling has been so crisp and sharp. McDermott, a lovely ball from McDermott. And the ball is on the edge of the Hungarian penalty area with Koppel. And he lays the ball wide. Another good ball too. And again, the cross comes in. But it wasn't right this time. And Mariner came in to challenge. Ball went wide. Goal kick to Hungary. Dennis?
Well, really, before the game period, if England had problems, then after this game tonight, Hungary have got problems, because really they have been absolutely awful. You look at Nailashi and Turicic to do something, and certainly Nailashi in the first half, after the knock, he has not got involved in this second half. Must agree with you, the tackling by England has been superb, and the way that they're getting into spaces and gaps, just really a marvellous night for them.
As the ball is played from a throw, and then it goes wider still, and now there are so many people leaving the stadium, I think it'll be half empty by the time this game ends. But Hungary are still in possession on the edge of the England penalty area, far side, ball played deep into the crowd. And again, sensible stuff. Mariner and Keegan are staying upfield. Mariner very wide, down the England left. Good intelligent play there by Mariner, but everybody else is back defending. Hungarian goes to the ground, and I think, well, they're now going to have a go, I think, at the Italian referee. They've shouted at just about everybody else. I can quite understand it, because in the short time we've been here, everybody we've talked to did really suggest that England were going to be slaughtered here tonight. I'm sure the crowd expected to come here and think back to the old days when they were putting 5 and 7 goals back past England back in the early 1950s. Nothing like that at all. England are 3-1 up. Excellent value for that scoreline. I know there's a friend of mine back home in England, one of the only people I remember speaking to last week, put a couple of pounds on England to win. And I remember when he said that, it was greeted with a certain amount of ribald laughter. He's going to collect now, I'm quite certain. England 3-1 up with 8.5 minutes to go. The ball played back to Clements. This will be played now at a walking pace if England get their way. Excellent tactics, doing it all right, and still looking for the break, trying it now indeed with Keegan. And Keegan, it seemed to me, was surely obstructed there, and the referee's blown his whistle, and the 3 players are down on the ground. Indeed, Keegan is now picking all the players up. He's picked Balint up, he's picked the goalkeeper up, and in the end the referee seems to have given a free kick to Hungary, which they take quickly. Ball deep inside their own half. Looked like a good tackle by Mariner, but the referee didn't agree. Mariner looks disgusted as Mariner and Robson went in together, so it's a free kick to Hungary. And Hungary, apart from tonight, they go away to Romania, and then they have Switzerland here and also Norway here. A fairly easy programme for them, but defeat here tonight would make it a much bleaker outlook. Remember, it's Romania, England and Hungary for the 2 places, surely. We can discount now Norway and Switzerland. England leading 3-1 here. Hungary in possession, but they've got a long way to go. They start now to go forward. Quiche plays the ball edge of the area. Another free kick, though, for Hungary, as Thompson came in a little too sharply, says the referee, as the crowd continues to stream away. And I see one very unhappy young man in front of me now folding up his red, white and green flag, an enormous flag which he's been waving all night. He's now, I think, called it a day, and he's rolling it up, and he's shortly going to go home to bed. We've got 7 minutes to go, but it is a Hungarian free kick, and it's hit hard, and Clements did well, because that was a good save. He went down to his right, didn't have much time to see that one. And Clements comes out to the edge of the area. Again taking time. England leading by 3-1. A marvellous night for Trevor Brooking. Substituted about 10 minutes ago, but a marvellous night. 2 superb goals. And then Kevin Keegan with that penalty, just putting the seal on it. But Brooking will remember this night. He'll remember the season for taking West Ham into the first division. He'll remember this night as well. But Hungary will try again. They move just inside the England half. Half a tackle that time, but it's still by Watson, but it still cleared the ball away from danger. But it drops once more to another red Hungarian shirt. Again the tackle comes in, and again there are lots and lots of England players back to defend, and a superb tackle it. Well, I must say, I'm going to disagree with the referee again there, because I thought that was an excellently timed tackle by Steve Coppell. But the referee is the man who matters, and he was much closer. And he's given another free kick to Hungary with 5.5 minutes to go. I doubt many people would have thought that the scoreline would be Hungary 1, England 3, with that time to go here. They play the free kick short though, looking for the shot. They can't find it, and England breaks so quickly. And the ball played wide, and Mills is going fast down the left. And he still waits to see who's moving up for him. And McDermott's come to the near side, to the right, waiting for the cross. Mariner turns away from the challenge, goes and gets the return ball. It's a good ball too to Mariner, and Mariner's going down to the byline, and he turns the ball across, and the ball is played back again, and the shot comes in, goes over the bar, and Ray Wilkins should have made more of that, I think, Dennis Law.
Well, maybe he should have got in target, Peter, but it's really good play by the England side. Everybody doing the little bit, making the space, a good move by Mariner. But you must look at the Hungarian defence. There were 6 Hungarian players in the defence there, and I think the nearest man to any England man must have been 10 yards. Bad marking, but still good play by England.
Well, I must say they've totally run out of steam now and run out of conviction, the Hungarians, without any question at all. Tonight they've more than met their match with an England side who's played with grit and determination, but not just that, with a lot of good football as well. They've picked themselves up off their knees, and here they are, 3-1 up, with a little more than 4 minutes to go. Hungary in possession, though, still trying, and from here I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white England jerseys to protect Ray Clements. And yet when they break so fast. The 6 jerseys are needed now as again Hungary try to break through that wall. They don't, and Keegan did well to chest that ball down, and this time the goalkeeper's got to come 10 yards outside his area, and indeed plays it into touch in the end. He was way ahead of Mariner, but when they are exposed, my word, they're exposed at the back. They really are. Well, I think Dennis Law's words are the best. They are awful at times. They really are at the back. There were moments in the first half where we saw the right sort of stuff from Farishash and Turecik. They were the good players, and Nyalashi too. And then that equalising goal, we weren't quite sure what that would have done on the stroke of half-time by Hungary. But England really have taken the second half totally. Again, Hungary trying to go forward. There's plenty of time for Thompson. Got time and space. He's done it so long for Liverpool. He did it there for England. Back to Clements. And there are enormous gaps once more opening up in the Hungarian defence as England come forward. A little bit too casual that time, though. And a long ball, a very, very long ball played wide by Nyalashi, who's now got his jersey outside his shorts and looks as if he really couldn't care. He just wants to get the last 4 minutes over. England in possession, just inside their own half. Play the ball wide. Just picked up by Neil. Tucks it infield to McDermott. The Liverpool triangle together. McDermott, Thompson and Neil. Then the ball played inside the centre circle. Coppell halfway inside the Hungarian half. And again, good possession stuff. Mariner cuts the ball infield. And England keeping the ball, not giving it away. Now they do, but it doesn't matter because the ball's gone over the goal line. And we've now got exactly 2 minutes and 55 seconds to go.
Yes, and really, Peter, the main cause of concern for the Hungarian side is that they don't play as a team. They're trying to play as individuals, and against a unit like England, and like England have played tonight, they're getting nowhere.
As the ball is deep once more inside the England half, but there'll be plenty of time for the ball to be played back to Ray Clements. And I see some interesting fact yesterday was produced that no England striker has scored in the last 6 matches. Indeed, it's Hoddle and McDermott have been the scorers. I suppose you could say Trevor Brooking's a midfield man. At least we can say Kevin Keegan's a striker. So he's the first England striker since Paul Mariner back in November when he scored against Switzerland at Wembley. 3-1. Not that it matters who scores. They're 3 splendid England goals, but they were absolute smashers from Brooking. Again, the ball played back at walking pace, and again the crowds drift away. And I must say, Dennis, looking at some of the old stars we saw in that marvellous game beforehand, a few pot bellies around and not much pace, but when you saw players like Puskás, you realised what a long, long way the present Hungarian side are from the great side of the 50s.